What's up, folks? Matt McQueenie of the Mixed Mindedness Podcast here, coming with an exclusive video on Google Hangouts. This will not be put on an audio podcast. And why am I doing that? Because sometimes there's little pieces of news that come out, little updates that come out that don't warrant an entire podcast, which can last anywhere from 30 to 45 to 60 minutes, but they can warrant a little discussion here or there to see if it gets picked up, because many people might be looking for this information, and why not let it go out onto YouTube, owned by Google, the greatest search engine in the world, so that when those people are looking for it, they come up. Because the other night, actually last night, I was Christmas night, got home after a nice dinner out with family at a house, bringing the baby out for the first time to this group of family. But you get home kind of in a weird state because you maybe had an early dinner, and then you're home on a holiday night and there's not quite a lot to do. There's not a lot of TV shows on. Christmas festivities are sort of over at that point. You can't really watch Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons, because it just doesn't feel the same as watching it in the lead up. So I'm searching around on my phone as I do. When I get time off, I really like to kind of focus on consumer technology things, stay up to date on that. I've got a couple of Amazon Fire TV sticks rolling around in the house. And I was thinking to myself, hey, wasn't Amazon supposed to be coming out with an iOS remote app? Because Android has an app, and I think the Amazon store, which is a forked version of Android, has this. But on those devices, those mobile devices, you can actually get a remote control application. And that app, which you download through your app store of choice, will have sort of the same kind of remote feel with the touch screen on your phone. And you can move around, left, right, up, down, play, pause, stop. But one of the really cool things, and this is something that does not come with the Amazon Fire TV stick. It comes with the Amazon Fire TV, but it is the voice search. The remotes on the Fire TV console have a little button you can press, and then you can do voice search. So you can just, talk into the remote and search for, I don't know, Wolf of Wall Street, and then it'll come right on up. Or Justified, it'll come right on up. It seems like it only searches Amazon Prime's library, I believe. It will not look across the other apps that you might be using on the Fire TV, Netflix, Hulu Plus, Showtime Anytime. The Amazon Fire TV console just got HBO Go, which is kind of neat. The Fire TV stick is supposed to get HBO Go sometime in the spring, we've already passed the fall. Fall would be over a long time, but they're getting it in the spring. And that's probably to try to give the Amazon Fire TV box a little bit of a head start in people purchasing that instead of the stick, potentially, because the Fire TV box is $100. Right now it's retailing for about $79 with deals during the holidays. The Fire TV stick is $39, and there was a time where it was $19. There was a time at Staples where you could get it for $24, but it sort of taps out at that $39.99, I believe, and doesn't seem like anybody has these, though, so they've sort of run out. So I think Amazon was trying to maybe fork the HBO Go into the box, because it seems like they have plenty of the boxes. Good experience, but the box will get you that remote that has the voice search in it. If you get the Fire TV stick, you get sort of a pared down remote, same remote, but just without the voice search. So you can move around the screen, on the interface, press play, pause, all the normal things that remotes do. But this app, which it looks like came out on December 22nd without much fanfare. I did not see many people writing about it, probably because it was such a little thing during the Christmas season and the holiday season. But I just saw it there. I looked it up online in my app store, and it was there. I went, wow, did not come out a lot. There was a point earlier this year where when the Android version came out or was out, and they said the iOS would be coming soon, probably by the end of the year. And lo and behold, December 22nd is about as close to the end of the true year as you can get. So it did come out, but I would look out for that. It's a really neat app. It allows you to get the Fire TV stick and then have voice search, because you can buy the Fire TV remote with voice search. You can buy that a la carte, but it's adding more money to this, affordable $39 stick. So you don't want to do that. But if you have your phone, if you have Android now with iOS, you can download that app. I have two Amazon Fire TV sticks in the house, one in the bedroom, one in the living room, along with the both TVs actually have two streaming devices. The living room has an Apple TV and a Prime or Fire TV stick. The bedroom has a Chromecast and a Fire TV stick. Why? Because they were so affordable when they were on sale at $24 that you just get two, and then you have a beautiful Prime Video viewing experience. Because Chromecast does not have Amazon Prime Video, and Apple does, but only through AirPlay. And that AirPlay can be spotty for me, at least. I don't know how it is for other folks, but it will play and then kind of come down. I've had some issues with AirPlay in general, and whether it's my connection or not, I got a lot of things hooked up to my Wi-Fi. I don't have many problems with it otherwise, so I don't know what it is. Anything that is native on the Apple TV box, any of the things that have icons or apps that are on there, they work perfectly fine when you can navigate them through there. But when I AirPlay, it can be a little sketchy. So the Roku does have Amazon Instant Video in it, Amazon Prime Video. So that is another good option as well. They have a stick and a set-top box, and they're really good in the sphere. They're very good. But for the Prime Fire TV stick, throwing around all these names, that might be an issue here. But with the Fire TV stick, it's got everything beautiful about Prime. And Prime Video really has started to up its game. It's got a lot of exclusive content, both on its own production and on stuff that it purchases from content providers. It's got the show Transparent, which many people have seen or talked about being a great show. It's got the dad from Arrested Development, and I believe he plays a dad who has a sex change, and now he's a transgendered woman. But that was on a lot of best of lists secretly. There's a show called Mozart in the Jungle. Not sure what it's solely about, but I have heard some good things about it, but it's exclusive to Amazon. They also have Alpha House, which is sort of the Republican congressman living frat house type deal with John Goodman, Mark Consuelos, a couple of other folks. Actually, the first episode, I think, had Bill Murray in it, the first episode in season 1, but they've moved to another season. So Amazon is getting in the game with their own exclusive content. And then they also have The Good Wife, Justified, what's that show? The one where the people live in the bubble, and has Hank from Breaking Bad. Can't think of the show right now, but it's the Stephen King one. They have exclusive rights with that show, and up and down the line, they have a lot of good stuff. They also have the only back catalog streaming location for HBO shows. So not only are they bringing HBO Go to the box and then to the stick in the spring. I keep doing that. Same other mistake I make is I always call the Amazon Fire TV stick, I call it the Roku stick. I always do that, and it messes up everyone listening because they don't know what to buy because you're being all over the place. But HBO Go does come on the stick in the spring. It's on the box right now. But through Amazon Prime, you can get the back catalog of almost all old HBO shows, whether you're talking about The Wire, The Sopranos, True Blood, up and down the line, 6 Feet Under. They've had so many great ones in the past. Other than Game of Thrones and Silicon Valley, and they've had a couple of good shows lately, a lot of their great stuff is in the past, and a lot of that you can get through the Amazon Instant Library, which is a real kind of coup and get. So you don't need to pay for that HBO Go, which again will be standalone in April, they're saying. You don't need a cable authentication to get into that HBO Go come April. Many are saying that might be $20, whereas if you get it through cable, it's $15 or $16. But many cord cutters might say, hey, that's worth it to me. I can buy it on and off for a month. And then maybe if you have something like the Fire TV stick or the Fire box, you can have HBO Go, for maybe 4 out of 12 months based on when you want to watch shows you want to watch. And then you use the Prime library to watch the old HBO stuff. That might be a lot of things you see people doing with that, kind of playing with the different places where you have HBO availability of shows. But this new app is cool. It allows you to get on this iOS now. It allows you to do voice search across my different across my different Fire sticks in the house. It'll actually have them in kind of an index. It'll say Matthew's second Fire stick, Matthew's third. And so you can kind of interplay between the two. The other cool thing that the Amazon Fire Stick does is when you actually, no matter where you are on your TV, you could be on your cable, maybe you could be on a different HDMI output, maybe you could be on a, the old whatever those cables are output, but when you just tap that remote or you tap within the app, it goes right to that without having to change around the different, without having to change the sources on the television. It'll bounce to it because you clicked it. So that's kind of been a neat thing. Now, I've actually been sitting in my living room, and the remote, which sits to the side of me on my couch, I might move, and then the remote falls off, the armrest part, and then it goes to the Amazon TV because something got hit. That can be kind of annoying, but it is a cool little thing. So this stick is coming along. The box is coming along. Again, the box is $79 right now. I don't know how long it'll be that way, probably for a while, so it's a pretty good deal if you need a set-top box. But the stick is $39, and just look for it as supplies come due, because it seems like it's been really completely out of commission, sold out very well, much as Google's version, the Chromecast, did. People love these little sticks for whatever reason. They must be the perfect impulse buy. The other great thing with Amazon, their Prime Instant Video is sort of like akin to Netflix, where you have this on-demand video that you pay a certain subscription fee per month, and then you get a certain amount of shows and movies. But Amazon has that, and they have almost the iTunes-like ability to buy current shows or to rent movies or to buy movies. And so you have the best kind of both in one. So they're really up in their game. They're doing a good job with it. And I have it just as a way to watch Prime videos in a perfect way, envisioned by the company who owns the Prime videos. So thanks for listening. This was Matt McQueenie. I am of the Mix Minus Podcast. You can find that on MatthewMcQueenie.com or in iTunes, Stitcher, all up and down the line. Overcast is my favorite app right now. But many of these different apps you use pull from the same database as the iTunes. So pretty much any app you could use, you'll find it. Mix Minus Podcast, talking a lot about technology, sports, news, media, storytelling, interviews, me just talking off the cuff about certain things like this. So I appreciate you subscribing and listening and downloading and reviewing and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun to do. And I hope this was helpful. So I will talk to you later. Thank you.